So I want to know about the opportunities that you see in this AI-driven search landscape. At the same time, I would also love to hear from you, like how exactly you will future-proof your SEO strategies to ensure that you're winning the SEO game even in this new search landscape era.
One thesis that I put out there is that the technological progress, might benefit marketers much more than it benefits Google, right? So I think what a lot of people underestimate is what we talked about earlier, is how powerful you as a single person can become in learning things, automating things, creating things, changing things. And I think it's going to be really tough for Google to kind of handle, or they will have to find new ways in prioritizing who ranks, who gets visibility. And so my theory, I'm curious how that's going to play out, is that we were just handed magic, if you will, and we cannot yet fathom the cool things that we can build with it. Also, I mean, LLMs are progressing very, very quickly. If you look at the one of the last 1.5 years and how far LLMs have become and how much better the output has gotten, I think that our work will change dramatically, and a lot of the legwork will basically be able to outsource to this intern on steroids. So that's kind of my take. I think, again, we're becoming a lot more powerful. This is a time to experiment, try things, build your own little tools, and then deliberately consider where your value add is down the line.
I think AI overview specifically give an opportunity to rank in a place without having to rank well in the standard organic. There's been plenty of studies, including us being the first ones to do it, that show that, you can rank in like the 50s, 60s, 80s and still rank in the AI overview. So I think that like leapfrogging potential is valuable to, marketers, brands, and so on. But yeah, I think like Kevin said, we have the access to everything now to create anything we can imagine. And so I think that we're in a space where the only limit is that creativity, right? Like there's going to be some limitations with respect to the businesses you may work for as far as like what you can do. But at the same time, what's stopping you from starting your own website, your own channel, in the same way that, Kevin and Eli both have their own things that they've built. So, leveraging these tools to scale creative, scale research, scale your ability to code things. I think we're just in this unprecedented age where anyone can do anything. And I think we all just need to, level up. And I feel like it's going to be one of those things where it's going to take until a generation grows up with this stuff to really like maximize it. Like, think about it, right? Like we've had YouTube for super long. We didn't have influencers until like the last 5, 6, 7 years or whatever, right? Like we had, Vine before we had Instagram. There were no influencers there. So, it really just took for there to be a generation that grew up with Instagram to create this whole marketplace of influencers. And I think what's going to happen is there's going to be people that grow up with generative AI and their only thought is going to be like, I have a cool idea. I'm going to just make a movie. And then they're just going to publish it on their social channels. And that's going to be the only way that they like communicate their ideas moving forward. So I think that we have the opportunity now to get ahead of that before that generation that only sees it as the only way to do things.
I think the best way to really future-proof the role of SEO moving forward in an AI-first world is to really, extend what I was saying earlier, is to own this channel. So there's always going to be a channel where people are doing their own prompted discovery, whether that's in a search query, whether that's in a voice query, whether that's in they could do a video query or a Google Lens query. There's always going to be this effort to go and discover information, and that's SEO. And I think that right now we've lived in this world for the last 25 years where SEO looked very, very much the same. It was mostly Google, and it's mostly about rankings. There was a world 15 years ago where people said that they were Yahoo SEO experts and MSN SEO experts and AOL SEO experts, but that has all changed. It's all Google everywhere except in Russia and China and in Korea. And Korea, it's changing because Google got everyone habituated with their deals and Samsung to just use Google. So I think we're going back to this world where it could be lots of other things. I think that Meta is making a play for search right now. I mean, on a lot of devices, you have LLM search within your WhatsApp, your Facebook, and your Instagram. They could make a play for search, and then you're going to be needing to do SEO for the Meta search engine. If they have significant market share, it matters. Apple could make a play for search because whatever happens with Google antitrust, that maybe Apple has to pull back out of that deal, and now they're searching Apple. So we're not just going to say we're only going to focus on Google, ignoring these other ways that people are doing discovery. Maybe Perplexity magically does somehow get market share. So then you have to do SEO for that. So I think for anybody in SEO, the way to future-proof your role is to make your role broader and say, my role is responsible for this effort of people doing discovery to make sure I show up. And it's not just what is my ranking on Google, and very specifically my ranking on Google. The worst thing that SEO does is they take domain authority as a KPI for their job. It's not something you can easily move. I've met too many SEOs who say that this year I'm going to move my domain authority by 5. Like, that doesn't matter. And if your company's paying you for that, that's totally dumb. But really, to say broader SEO responsibilities, I'm responsible for awareness. When it comes to LLMs, you may not even be getting the clicks or even be able to measure the clicks, but you're responsible for that. If you are at a big publisher and you could negotiate with Perplexity on what your rev share should be, who should do that? SEO should be doing that. So future proofing is by broadening and understanding and aligning with users. I don't think user behavior will change that quickly. LLMs have been out for 18 months, and I think ChatGPT basically plateaued. But we could see user behavior change. We could see new devices come out. Maybe people do. I mean, there are a lot more lens searches happening now than ever. Who should be responsible for making sure that you show up when someone does a lens search? SEO. So future-proof by really aligning yourself with that user that is not clicking ads, that is not using social media. It's that user that's going out and searching for something. SEO is responsible for talking and finding that person.